Hi everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den and welcome to another video Sunday. And this time I'm going to show you how to make this. Now I've done this twice. Now this was my first one and I think this gap was too big. So I made and I think this gap's a little bit too small. So the one I'm going to show you today is between the two sizes. So it's going to be a little bit longer than this one, but a little bit shorter than that one. It's called a sneaker shoe, and as you can see, it looks like a sneaker. Now, this is not my idea. I did see this on Pinterest, but I couldn't find anybody's name, so I can't give a name to anybody to say thank you for the idea. But this is the card we're going to make today. So let me pop them on one side for a minute, and I'll show you the sets I'm going to be using. Now, I'm going to be using, believe it or not, this one called Here's All That. And I'm going to be putting the happy birthday here for my, my little saying here. So, and then to the man who has everything, who does everything, sorry, on the inside, like so. So this is a pretty easy card, but I just loved it. And then I'm going to use this set because I'm actually using the die out of it. Now I think from memory it's that die, is it? No, it's the next one down. It's this die. So as you can see, there are layering circles in Reach for the Stars, which I really love this set. So it's this third one down, and this measures 1 3/4 inches across. So we'll be using that today to cut out with. I think that's gorgeous. And for my shoelaces here, you see that I've got these eyelets. Well, I used the eyelets out of this tailor-made tags dies. I have these, why this one's all the way over here, is slipped over here. These round ones that look like tags from shoelaces. So I used those to make my tags and my eyelets on my shoe. And I thought that was a pretty brilliant idea personally, but that was just my idea. I didn't know what else I was going to use. So that's what we're going to be using. I've already cut out my eyelets. So let me pop this over here and let me show you what you need, which is not a real lot. Okay, so our main card is a piece that is, no, I don't know why I've got that size there. This piece of card is a 4 1, no it's not, it is 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. Now I don't know why in my instructions here it's got a different size. So let me cross that bit out and put that up here. 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. Because when I write the tutorial for this for you guys, we want it to be right, don't we? So for my insert and my outside layers, so that you need 2, and you need one. They need to be 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. Then for my shoe itself, we're going to have a piece that is 5 3/8 by 3 inches, and another piece in the same colour, which is 5 3/8 by 3/8 of an inch. Now, I've cut myself 2 strips. It's up to you. I think they're way long enough. So these strips here are for my shoelaces, and they're just pieces of card that measure 8 1/4 by 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch each. And then I've got my eyelets here. So I've got more than enough there. So let's pop them over on one side for a second so we don't lose them. Ooh, get over there. Ooh. Along with my shoelaces, let me throw my bit of card in the bin and show you what you need to do. So we're going to move all this out of the way, and then I've just got another piece of scrap here for doing my stamping on. So we're going to score our main card on the long side, which is the 8 1/4 side, at 4 1/8. Making sure that we use the small ball as we are using it on cardstock. So 4 1/8, and that's all the scoring we're going to do. We're going to fold and burnish our card. Now, I don't know why I had 11 3/4 for my card. I've got no idea. My mind mustn't have been where it's supposed to be when I scribbled down the information. Okay, so that's the outside of our card, and we're going to stamp the insert, which is whichever one we were going to use. And you know what? I have left my ink pad over the other side. I will just go get that. I won't be a moment. As I'm using shaded spruce for my shoe, I'm using shaded spruce ink. I don't know how I managed to leave that over there. So I'm going to stamp my insert with my "To the man who does everything." Well, I've got one of them. I'm really lucky like that. Oops. So. And that's all my inside stamped. It's a bit light on that edge. And while I'm here, I've got this open. I'm going to stamp my piece over here for my front piece. Okay, and just leave that over there for now. I think this pad needs a bit of re-inking. Ooh. And then we'll glue this bit in, I think, so he's out of the way. Oh, my glue. It's so cold around here lately that the glue seems to go all yucky, funny. I don't know what that is on the edge of there. It's a bit of fluff. Okay. So let's pop this on the inside of my card, like so. And then we're going to work on the outside. So we're going to pop this piece onto the outside of our card like this. Just flat, nothing written on it. And that's the inside and the front of the card. Let me pop that down nice and tight. Okay, so what we're going to do with this piece here is we are going to measure. Let me put the pen in my glue again. Pen in my glue, get in there. With my pencil, which don't tell me I didn't bring my pencil. Right, sitting right by the side of me. At the top here, we're going to measure in. What did I measure in? I can't remember. Didn't even write it on here, did I? I don't know. Let me see. I measured in. That's it. Okay, so with my pencil, I'm going to measure in 2 inches and put a mark, and 3 inches and put a mark. At the bottom here, on the same side, I'm going to measure in 1.5 inches and 2.5 inches. Okay, so now I'm going to pop my. Now I have, and I'm not sure whether this is still available, is a white chalk pen. But if it's not available, you can use whatever pen you like. And I'm going to draw from that first top mark down to the second one, which is on an angle like this. That look like, oops, let's stay there, stitch marks. Now I'm doing it in white because it shows up nicely, but you can do it in any colour you like. And then I'm going to do exactly the same from the second one to the second mark. That way I've got a nice even mark on both sides. Draw on the ruler, not on the paper. That was a bit dumb, wasn't it? So our lines are parallel. Okay, so I'll show you. On this one I did it in the white. On this one I did it in grey. This is pebbled path. and I did this for my colour creation, which went live on the 25th, I think it was, of June. So there you go. So that's why I did it in 2 colours there. So we've put them there like so. I'm going to bring in our 2 pieces. Now we only need these because they're only going this long. We can only need them in half that length. So we can just break them in half like so. And we need 3 eyelets. That's all we need is 3 eyelets, because we're only going to put 3 laces down here. Now I found the easiest way with my eyelets was just to put a tiny bit, if I can pick this up, a tiny bit of glue on the end of the shoelace piece, and then I took my eyelet and popped the piece through it and glued it down flat on the bottom half of that eyelet, just on that top piece there, just as I can see, let me go, just on that top piece of the eyelet just here. So I'll do that again with all 3 of them. So just a tiny bit. Now that piece looks a little bit wider, so just a tiny bit of glue, 1 eyelet, picking it up in your hands, putting the shoelace through it, which it's not going to go because it's just a tiny bit too wide, this one. So let me just trim a tiny bit off that bit. No, pick up, come here. Tiny bit through there, and then laying it down. It doesn't matter if it's showing over the top, because we can cut that off like so. So we've got our shoelaces through the top, the tiny holes. 1 more, just for luck. Well, we need 3 anyway, so tiny bit of glue, shoelace from the front through to the back, pop it through and glue it down. Once we've got them glued down, then we'll trim them off like so, so that we can't see that little bit across the top there, if I can pick them up. Okay, great. Then we're going to pop these on here like so, so we can work out where we want them along the edge like that. So we want them all to be even, so as even as possible. When you're happy with where they are, just pop some glue along the shoelace, around the eyelet, and then we can pop him down. Just pop him down lightly like so, and then pick up the next one and do the same. I can hear it raining outside. Thank God it's outside, not in. Hey. That's what my mum used to say. When I say, "Mum, it's raining outside," she said, "Well, at least it's not raining indoors." Okay, so we've got our little shoelaces on there, and it's starting to look like something. Once we're happy with that, we can just pop them down nice and tight and trim off the excess from the back, so that they're nice and even along the front. And our other piece can go in the bin at this stage because we don't need it. Okay, we've got our shoelaces on there. Now we're going to put our 2 little holes here. So they're our little breather holes. My husband's been playing with this. Came in the other day and said to me, "Oh my goodness, what the hell's that?" And now it's, I don't know what you're talking about. So we want this side. So you can hear that rain now. I'm going to pop 2 little holes here, which are breather holes that you get in your shoes. And because these are too big, I guess I could put them around there. Yeah, I reckon I'm going to use 2 more of them around there. Glue them onto that one and that one, around them holes. Oh yes, that looks perfect. My goodness, listen to that rain. So just round them holes, put the glue pin back in the glue for a minute. Oh, come on, get back in there, it won't go. Now, on my grey one, I actually put a couple of gemstones there. On this one I just put them in white on with the white pen, but I think that they look better with those on there like that. So this is going to go up here, this bit's going to go here, and we're going to cut out, before we do that, our little insignia, which is going on the side of the shoe. Oh gosh. Now if you saw me use this the other day, you would have seen me say how great this little machine is for little jobs like this. Oh, get on there nicely, that was there better. There are just some things that the little ones are good for, but especially if you're travelling and you like to craft while you're travelling. I don't. To me, my craft is my home hobby. When I'm travelling, my hobby is photography with my husband. So, okay, so we've got our piece here. We're going to pop him on there first because he's going to be laying flat. So let's pop that on there flat. If you wanted to put some diamantes on there, you could, you know, some embellishments. I'm not going to because I don't really want them on there. Now, have I got any that I'm using? Yep. So let's turn these over, and we're going to put some dimensionals onto the back of this. This is one of those cards that I think it doesn't matter what size your card is, you could do it for all kinds of sizes. So if you've got a 7x5, you could do it for a 7x5 card. You could do it for the regular card like I'm doing. Oops, come on, off of there. Oh my goodness, that rain was pretty hard on, wasn't it? That's because I work in a little shed here. This is my craft room plus our gym. I'll need the little ones for this piece. So let me find the little ones. Because this is narrower, so and I could have put all these on before I started, but I didn't. Okay, so this is our card. We're going to pop him together now, finishing him off. Here's me for throwing my things in the bin in the middle of the pulling them off. I can't hold that many. I'll have them all over the floor. Okay, making sure we have our card up the correct way. Let's open him up like that so it's easier for me to see and I can get it more in the middle. Making sure it's even on those three sides. I haven't pushed it down as yet. And then my little piece at the bottom so that it's even down this side along the bottom. And up that side. That's not straight. Where's my eyeballs? Come on, get up there. There we go. That's better. So once it's, you'll know it's straight, like mine's definitely looking straighter. So we've done that. And that is our card. Now I think that looks better at that size than the other size. There's the other two. They're all three the same, except for this sizing in here. This one I did at 2 3/4. This one I did at 3 1/8, and this one I did at 3 inches. So I think that that size looks better than that. Gives you a little bit more room in there. This is just too much, and this was too narrow here, this piece. If that was a bit wider, it probably would have looked better as well. But there you go, that's our card for today. It is a really easy one and a very effective card. I think it's very effective anyway. If you've enjoyed this card and you'd like the written tutorial for it, please follow the link down below to Die's Den for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials. That's my Facebook group page. You'll find the written tutorial there along with the photographs. Now they come each week when I do my photographs and my pictures. There's two things that go live straight at the same time. The pictures in one and the written tutorial on the other. The reason for that is because I can't put the pictures and the written tutorial together. It won't allow me to do it. It's one of those weird things of which Facebook has. So they are done in two separate things, one straight after the other. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any more of my videos. And I will see you again next Sunday for another video. Bye for now.